up, everybody? This is Tech G, and I want to welcome you all to my CompTIA A Plus Core 1 course for the exam number 220-1201. And the information that I'll be presenting in this course is going to give you everything you need to know to successfully pass the CompTIA A Plus 1201 examination, assuming you properly study. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so real quick, let's talk about the CompTIA A Plus exam. So this is an entry-level computer certification for PC computer service technicians, and this exam is designed to certify the competency of entry-level PC computer service professionals in installing, maintaining, customizing, and operating personal computers. Let's talk about the skills that you're going to learn. So the CompTIA A Plus 1201 exam will focus on 5 primary areas of study, which are also known as domains. So you have domain 1, and that is mobile devices, and that's going to take up 13% of the exam. And this domain is going to focus on hardware setup when it comes to installing components like batteries, cameras, and Wi-Fi antennas. You're also going to learn about accessory options when it comes to configuring USB, Bluetooth, NFC, and docking stations. You're going to learn about network setup when it comes to configuring Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular data, and synchronization settings. And you'll learn about troubleshooting when it comes to identifying and fixing hardware and connectivity issues. When you get to domain 2, which is networking, that's going to take up 23% of the exam. And this is going to focus on protocols and ports, where you're going to learn about networking protocols, ports, and wireless technologies. You're going to learn about SOHO networks when it comes to setting up small office, home office networks, including IP addressing and VPNs. And you're going to learn about networking tools such as troubleshooting with crimpers, cable testers, and Wi-Fi analyzers. Then there's domain 3, which is hardware, and that's going to take up 25% of the exam. And you're going to learn about component installation, such as setting up RAM, CPUs, and storage devices. You're going to learn about cables and connectors when it comes to working with HDMI, Ethernet, and USB cables. You're going to learn about peripheral devices, such as installing and maintaining printers, scanners, and other peripherals. And you're going to learn about motherboards and power when it comes to configuring motherboards, power supplies, and cooling solutions. Then there's domain 4, which is virtualization and cloud computing, and this is going to take up 11% of the exam. And you're going to learn about virtualization concepts with understanding virtual machines, hypervisors, and desktop virtualization, and cloud models such as infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and platform as a service. And then there's domain 5, which is hardware and network troubleshooting, and this is going to take up 28% of the exam. And here you're going to learn about diagnosing issues such as identifying and fixing hardware, networking, and connectivity problems, and other troubleshooting tools such as using multimeters, cable testers, and loopback plugs. All right, so let's go over some of the 1201 exam details. So the 1201, this is the latest and greatest exam version, which was launched March 25th, 2025. Now, at the time of this recording, CompTIA has not scheduled a retirement date for this exam, but normally 3 years after the launch of an exam is when you can expect for that exam to be officially retired, so they can begin introducing the newest version. And the exam also has a maximum of 90 questions, and the questions are presented in multiple choice format, drag and drop questions, and performance-based questions. You're going to have 90 minutes to complete the exam, and in order to pass the 1201 exam, you're going to need to score 675 points out of a possible 900 points on the exam. And it is recommended by CompTIA that a candidate have at least 12 months of hands-on experience in an IT support specialist job role. Now, that is just a recommendation because there are plenty of people who have taken this test with 0 IT experience and has successfully passed. Also, this exam is only available in English at the time of this recording. And Pearson VUE Testing Centers, this is the company that is responsible for administering the exam. And at the time of this recording, the cost of this exam is $265. Now, if you go visit my website, Technology G, you can get those vouchers at a discounted price. Also, as a side note, understand that the CompTIA A Plus certification, this is a 2-part exam. You must pass the 220-1201, which is also known as the hardware test or core 1, and you have to pass the 220-1202, which is known as the software test or core 2, in order to be awarded the CompTIA A Plus certification. Now, you can take either test in any order, and you can schedule the exam days, weeks, or months apart if you like, so as long as you pass both exams. When you pass both exams, you will be awarded your CompTIA certification, and that certification will go into effect the day that you successfully pass the second exam.